Hello, hello! We're on to day 6 and I've got a little bit more natural light coming in this morning, recording slightly later than I have been the last few days, just because I stayed snuggled up in my bed a bit longer. I've got the camera at this kind of angle because I think I slept a long time on this bit here, so rather than have that distract you, I shall sit like this. Day 6. Let's check the colourway name. It is the Great Goblin. Oh yeah, the Hobbit and the dwarves are in a bit of a bother, aren't they, with the goblins in our story, if you've been reading along. Ooh, it does look goblin-y. So we've got darker browns and greys combined with some lighter bits too. And if I hold up, this is the shawl I'm designing using the yarn from the advent calendar. If I hold it up, oh, it's a good bit darker. That's going to come out nicely. Because there wasn't much difference between the last 2 days, and now we've got a good contrast, so I'm liking that. Also, you can maybe see more, and I am going to take a picture of this today once the sun comes up even more. I've got some colour pooling on this, which I quite like because it changes every skein. I've got 5 rows in each colour, so I don't even know if you can quite see it. Yeah, you can. You can see like the blob of brown here and here. It is slightly colour pooling, and it's happened in all the colours. And because it shifts every time, I really like it. I think if it was working its way across the blanket, I might not so much. But the way that it shifts every time I add a new colour is working well. I'm not really a colour pool kind of fan, but in this instance, it works. So I will straight away wind this up and start on today's. A little bit of crochet. I brought my knitting to show you in my wee Sorry Me bag. I cannot wait to open her Christmas Eve box this year. It's sitting, it's waiting, it's still in its paper postal packaging, and I cannot wait to crack into that on Christmas Eve. So last night I got a lot of knitting done. We were watching Bosch, one of the earlier seasons. Maybe we're on season 4, 5, maybe something like that. We're rewatching them. We have watched them before, and because I'm rewatching, I don't have to pay too much attention. And I got lots of knitting done. So we've finished the street scene, and it's beautiful. Pull these ends out of the way. That's the other thing I'll do today. I will get those ends sorted and get onto the heel. So that's me ready for the heel. The pattern called for more here on this last stripe, but I added more in the cuff. The cuff was only 8 or 9 rounds. I like a big cuff, so I think I'll have to recount it, and I did not write it down. I think it's 16, it might be 20. So it's either 16 or 20 rounds I did for the cuff. So I can take that off here, and I'm quite happy to just start on the heel turn, which is a traditional heel flap and gusset on this one. So that is my plan, to get a bit more done than that, although that might not be till the evening, so this might not progress during the day. I will definitely get the crocheting done today, and I'll get a picture. And here is the sock pattern. If you're interested, it's by Abby Marshall-Smith, who is from Devon with Love. I got it on Etsy actually. Ravelry was just being a bit of a pain in the bum and wouldn't let me put my payment through, so I bought it on Etsy. But there, it's available on both. And that is that. I've got a bit of a quiet day today. I've got an errand to do for my sister, which means I'll be back up at my mum and dad's, so I'll try and get their dog in some little video. He'll be pleased to see me, although he will and he won't. He'll be a bit, you're not her, because he does prefer my youngest sister over me for sure. And I'm not bothered. She's just definitely his number one person and spends more time with him than me, so fair enough. So that is that. I will film some short clips and I'll be back to share how the day went at the end of the video. I absolutely love ice crystals on things, especially when they build up over a few days. And here's my mum and dad's dog. He loves holding my hat and gloves. And on the way home, this is the view over my town just before sundown. It's now about 6:30 and I'm going to just finish off here for the night because I'm off to a church meeting tonight and I want to get this edited and uploaded before I go off to that. Got my cuppa with me, we've just finished dinner. This one I haven't shown before. It's just a simple one with a robin and the little feet prints go all the way around. I've been watching the robins today in the garden. They've been feeding away, so of all the sparrows and starlings and a few blue tits. Those have been the main birds just out in my garden there. And yeah, it ended up being another funny day. I was queuing at the post office quite a bit. A favour for my sister, there wasn't even my own parcels, and the post office is quite busy. I don't know why they don't take on more staff at this time of year, it's crazy. And yet they expect us to use the postal service more, but it was just manic. Anyway, got that done. I got out for a nice few walks, so that was the upside of that. I have not done any knitting, I've not read any of The Hobbit. I have got my crochet done. Oh, I'm sitting on it. I have got my crochet done, and I did manage to take photos as well today. That was the other thing I did. I did a few photos of this kind of laid out so you can see how it's looking, and I did one on a chair with my Christmas mug, and I'll pop that up. I didn't want to put it up today because it included today's colour from the advent calendar and I didn't want spoilers for anyone who hadn't opened it yet, so I'll put that up tomorrow and hopefully everyone will have opened it by then. And of course the reason I'm mentioning that is because my Christmas hashtag Christmas mugs and whips is proving to be really popular. I've been posting loads to my stories, so if you take a picture of your whatever it is you're working on, could be any kind of craft, could even be cooking, baking for Christmas, and pop your Christmas mug beside it, take a nice picture, and that can either be for your grid or stories, I don't mind. Tag me if it's on your grid because now hashtags come up really weird. They're so hard to search. It used to be that they were in chronological order and they were so easy and I could just dip in there and find all the ones that I hadn't looked at yet, but now it's the top posts and the most top recent, so it's a bit silly. It must be really annoying if you're doing hashtag challenges and trying to keep on top of them all. So do tag me as well because otherwise I might not see it. And yeah, that's just proving to be fun. There's a lot of new people joining in this year, which is good. And like I say, I'm just sharing them to my story, sharing the joy, spreading the love and the pretty photos at Christmas time. It's funny because some people have gone out and bought Christmas mugs especially just so they can join in, which is really sweet. I just thought it was a thing that everyone had. I have 17, which is maybe a bit obsessive. This one is, I don't think I've even taken a Christmas mugs and whips picture of this one, and yet I've had it for 3 or 4 years. It's quite a cheap mug, I think. It's a very basic design on it, but I quite like the shape and the size of it, and I do use it a lot, and it's getting that dishwashery fade scratch thing going on, so it won't be around forever. Where was I about the crochet? Yes, so I got some photos of this done and they'll be appearing on social media over the next few days, and I'm really enjoying. It's almost chocolatey cocoa. It's supposed to be a horrible goblin. I shouldn't be liking it, but yeah, the colours, you'll be able to see them more in the daylight photo I got. I had a lovely light today. I think the weather's about to turn. It's cold today. It's been below freezing, I think, all day just. Some beautiful ice crystals like you saw in the little video I put up. But it has been cold. But I think the temperature is about to rise and we're getting rain, and that'll probably mean darkness. So I'm glad I struck while the iron was hot and, well, slightly warm, and got those pictures today with the good light. Other things, exciting things. My mum gave me a pack, I'll try not to crinkle them, of Lebkuchen, and I am really chuffed. You can see I've opened them. I have eaten a few. Absolutely love them. I remember as a child, not so much those ones. These ones are just covered in dark chocolate with the apricot jam and the spices, but the ones with the white coating on them, we used to thread those and put them on a Christmas tree. I remember threading them and putting them up when I was little, and I just love the smell of them. Love, love, love them. So thank you, Mum. I'll be enjoying those over the next few days. I scoffed a few after tea. And yeah, I think that's about been my day. So I'll get this up as fast as I can and then get out to that meeting. I remember, I was going to tell you about other Vlogmases that I'm enjoying. I'm remembering, there's two. The Cozy Cottage and the Corner of Craft. So the Cozy Cottage, I've been following them on YouTube for a good few years. I think since Hannah started recording again after Nova was born. I think that's roughly when I started watching her podcast. And I know she did Vlogmas last year. I dipped in and out of that. This year I'm kind of more into it. I guess having my own one, I can appreciate what goes into them, and I'm looking at other ones as well for what other people are putting in and ideas, that kind of thing. So hers is mostly around the kids because she has a new baby, and it's just fun. I guess she is in, I want to say Florida? That kind of way, in the US anyway. So it's just so different to see what their Christmas is like over there. And the other one is someone in the UK, the Corner of Craft. I believe her name's Hannah too, could have got that wrong, but I think it is. And she is an indie yarn dyer, and I'm just really enjoying her bright and breezy Vlogmas. It's often when she's working on something, so that's quite nice. She's, like today, well, the most recent one I saw, she was busy labelling yarn and just talking to the camera at the same time, and I quite like that as a nice, easy, natural approach. So I might see if there's something I can do and tie in. I thought about crochet, but I kind of need to look down, and it wouldn't be, unless you were kind of looking up my nose, it wouldn't really work if I was crocheting and talking at the same time, unless I maybe get the camera behind me so it's kind of on my hands and I could talk while I'm crocheting. That might be quite interesting. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you are following anyone else this Vlogmas, other than the ones I've mentioned. The other one I mentioned yesterday was Crochet Luna, so those are the three really that I am trying to catch up on every day. If you are watching any others, or maybe you are doing your own, give me a shout out in the comments and I will check those out. So that is me for now, signing off. Bye bye.